All right, so a proof by contradiction. We'll start out with a statement is given as a conditional. So we want an if-then statement given as a conditional. That's the if P, then Q. So our first step, assume that P and not Q are true. Step 2, show that the assumption not Q leads to a contradiction. And step 3, conclude that P must be true. Go ahead and pause and get that all written in, and then we will continue. All right, we're going to write an indirect proof of the following statement using proof by contradiction. If Alani walks more than 8 kilometers over a 2-day period, then she walks more than 4 kilometers on one or both days. Let's start by identifying the hypothesis and the conclusion. So the hypothesis is the if. That's the if Alani walks more than 8 kilometers over a 2-day period. So we've got our hypothesis. Maybe I'll use blue to match the blue. Okay, and then our Q is then she walks, the conclusion of our conditional statement. Then she walks more than 4 kilometers on one or both days. So we're just going to write that in. I'm going to pause and write it in. You pause and write it in as well. Okay, so there's our Q. She walks more than 4 kilometers on one or both days. So the first step in our proof by contradiction, we're going to assume P, that she walks more than 8 kilometers over a 2-day period, and not Q are true. So why don't we write in what not Q is? So not Q would be Alani does not walk more than 4 miles. So we're taking our Q statement right here and we are negating this. So Alani does not walk more than 4 kilometers on either day. Okay, step 1 is done. We're assuming that she walks more than 8 kilometers, and we're assuming that Alani does not walk more than 4 kilometers on either day. Step 2, show that the assumption not Q leads to a contradiction. So if we think about it, we can see the contradiction. If she does not walk more than 4 kilometers on either day, then the total distance she walks over the 2-day period will be less than or equal to 8 kilometers. So, and we know it's true that she walked more than 8 kilometers, our hypothesis. All right, so there is that typed up. Go ahead and pause and get that statement written in. We're showing that the not Q is leading to a contradiction right here. And then this contradicts our hypothesis, P. All right, step 3, conclude that Q must be true. So because our assumption of not Q led to a contradiction right here, Q must be true. All right, so there it is typed up. Because the assumption of not Q, which is what we talked about up here, leads to a contradiction, Q must be true. So then Alani walks more than 4 kilometers in one or both days.